Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. As you all are aware, we are doing lesson number 2, subtraction. In the previous video, I explained subtraction of 2-digit numbers and 3-digit numbers using expanded form and vertical subtraction. Now today, in this video, I will be explaining some more concepts. First, this is fun time. Fun time, that is, in this what you have to do is, the topic is which animal can sleep standing. This is, you can say, just to check your general knowledge. Now, do you know which animal can sleep standing? To find the answer, subtract the following sums. Each sum has a letter. Match your answer with the ones given at the bottom of the page. Write the corresponding letter in the space provided. Now what you have to do is, first you have to do all the subtraction. Okay? And then each subtraction has a letter. Each subtraction has a letter. Then match your answer with the ones given at the bottom of the page. That means the subtraction where answer is 166, you have to write the corresponding alphabet. Okay? Similarly, you have to write the corresponding alphabet for other subtractions also, and then you will get the name of an animal which can sleep standing. So, okay, I'll do just one or two. Say, first one, 739 minus 427. So, what do we get? 9 minus 7, 2, 3 minus 2, 1, and 7 minus 4, 3. This is O. The corresponding letter is O. Next is 847 minus 345. So 7 minus 5 is 2, 4 minus 4, 0, and 8 minus 3 is 5. So answer is 502. Third is 8 minus 2, 6, 7 minus 1, 6, and 6 minus 5, 1. The next is 9 minus 2, 7, 5 minus 2, 3, and 7 minus 6, 1. Then 7 minus 3 is 4, 7 minus 3, 4, and 6 minus 1, 5. The next is 878 minus 254. 8 minus 4 is 4, 7 minus 5 is 2, and 8 minus 2 is 6. Now next subtraction is 6 minus 2 is 4, 4 minus 3, 1, and 8 minus 1, 7. Next is 8 minus 1, 7, 7 minus 3, 4, and 4 minus 2, 2. 9 minus 4, 5, 4 minus 0, 4, and 8 minus 5, 3. Next is 6 minus 3, 3, 2 minus 2, 0, and 4 minus 1, 3. Next is 3 to 8 minus 2 to 3. So 8 minus 3 is 5, 2 minus 2, 0, and 3 minus 2, 1. And next is 9 minus 5 is 4, 0 minus 0 is 0, and 7 minus 3 is 4. Now you write the corresponding alphabets as per the given answers. For answer 166, what is the corresponding alphabet? For answer 166, the alphabet is H. So we write here H. Next is 312. Now find out the answer for alphabet for 312, and it is O. So we write O here. For 105, the alphabet is R. So we write R here. For 345, the corresponding alphabet is S. So we write S here. And for 624, the corresponding alphabet is E. So we write E here. So the animal which can sleep standing is horse. We get the answer horse. So this is just fun time. Now we move on to the next exercise. Okay. Next is subtraction stories without borrowing. These are the word problems based on subtraction. This may be 2-digit or 3-digit subtraction without borrowing. Now first example is, there are 586 students in a school. 320 of them are girls. How many are boys? Okay. Total number of students in a school is given, that is 586. Out of 586, 320 students are girls. You have to find the number of boys. So obviously if you subtract the number of girls from the total number, you will get the number of boys. Okay. So 586 minus 320 is equal to 266. Now next is, a man earned rupees 925 in February. He spent rupees 615 during that month. How much money did he save? The question is, the man earned rupees 925 in February. Okay, earn मतलब कमाना. उसने फरवरी में कितना कमाया? 925 rupees. And he spent 615 during that month. Spent मतलब खर्च करना. So out of that 925 rupees, he spent rupees 615. How much money did he save? Save matlab bachana. So the amount he earned, if we subtract the amount he spent from the total amount, 925 is the total amount. In addition, when we add two numbers or when we bring together two groups or two collection, we get the total. In subtraction, the total is given and out of that total we have to subtract. Okay. So here the total money which he earned is given, that is rupees 925. Okay. And out of this he spent rupees 615. So he earned rupees 925, and from this 925 he spent rupees 615. Okay. So this is a sign of subtraction. How much money did he save? So 5 minus 5, we first subtract the ones. So 5 minus 5 is 0. Then 2 minus 1 is 1. And 9 minus 6 is 3. So how much money did he save? He saved rupees 310 in that month. Okay. Now next is, there are 976 soldiers in a fort. 532 soldiers went out the fort. How many soldiers were left in the fort? Number of soldiers in the fort is given, that is 976. Number of soldiers in the fort is 976. And out of 976 soldiers, how many soldiers went out? 532. 532 soldiers went out. Now how many soldiers were left in the fort? So if from the total number of soldiers we subtract the soldiers who went out of the fort, we will get the number of soldiers who were left. So subtracting, first we subtract the ones. So 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. Then we subtract the tens. 7 minus 3 is 4. Then we subtract the hundreds. 9 minus 5 is again 4. So 444 soldiers were left in the fort. Now next is, a cinema hall has 840 seats. One day, only 730 persons saw the movie. How many seats were vacant? Now the question is, in a cinema hall, there are 840 seats. Okay. And out of these 840 seats, only 730 people saw the movie. So if out of 840 seats, only 730 people saw the movie, that means only 730 seats were occupied. That means rest of the seats were vacant. So we have to find out how many seats were vacant. So subtracting ones, 0 minus 0 is 0. 4 minus 3 is 1. 8 minus 7 is 1. So 110 seats were vacant. Next is, A fruit seller had 789 apples. Out of them, 38 were found rotten. How many were good ones? Rotten means sada hua. So, fruit seller had 789 apples, and out of this 789, 38 were found rotten. That means out of 789 apples, 38 were rotten, sade hue the. So how many were good ones? So obviously if we take out the number of rotten apples, the rest of the apples will be good ones. So subtracting 38 from 789, we get 9 minus 8, 1. 8 minus 3 is 5, and here there is no digit, that means it is 0. So 7 minus 0 is 751. So that means 751 apples were good ones. Okay. Now next is Rajesh bought 538 newspapers. 526 were sold out. How many were left? Now Rajesh bought how many newspapers? 538. And out of this 538 newspapers, 526 were sold out. So how many were left? Subtracting ones, we get 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. And 5 minus 5 is 0. So that means 12 newspapers were left. 0 on the left side of any digit has got no value. If we put 0 at the left side of any digit, it has got no value. The value of the digit remains the same. Suppose for example, I write 2 and I write 2 and I put a 0 here. So this 0 has got no value. Okay. The value of the digit is 2 only. So putting a 0 on the left side of a digit has got no value. So even if we write 0 or if we doesn't write 0, it does not make any difference. Now next is, there are 258 students in a school. 37 students were absent on Monday. How many were present? So what is the total number of students in this school? It is 258. And out of this 258, how many students were absent on Monday? 37. So how many were present? 8 minus 7, 1. 5 minus 3, 2. And here there is no digit. That means again it is 2. So 2. That means 221 students were present in the school on Monday. So this is how we do subtraction. Now next is sum and difference. This is again a fun exercise. First is, you have to find the sum across. Okay. Across means horizontal and down means vertical. So first you have to do all these sums. Okay. All the additions and all the subtractions. First is find the sums across. That means all the sums, the answers of all the sums is in horizontal direction. And find the difference down. That means the answer of all the subtraction is vertical. And then you have to fill this grid accordingly. Okay. Now I move on to the regrouping of numbers tens to ones. Now children, there is a difference in regrouping in addition and subtraction. Okay. In addition, we regroup the smaller numbers into smaller place into bigger place. That is, we regroup ones into tens or tens into hundreds. Why? Because in addition, we carry forward the ones to tens or tens to hundreds. So that is why in addition, we group the smaller place into greater place. Ones to tens, tens to hundreds and so on. But in subtraction, we borrow from the greater place. Okay. If you have 3 pencils and someone asks for 5 pencils, can you give it? No, you cannot, because you have only 3 pencils with you. And if you have to give 5 pencils, then what do? You will have to first borrow 2 pencils from your friend. First, you will borrow 2 more pencils or 3 more pencils. Then only you will have 5 pencils, and then only you can lend 5 pencils to someone. So, in subtraction, we regroup the bigger numbers to smaller number because we borrow from the bigger number. This is the difference between addition and subtraction. In addition, we carry forward to the bigger number. So we regroup smaller place into bigger place. But in subtraction, we borrow from the greater place. So we regroup greater place into smaller place. That is tens to ones or hundreds to tens. So first we will see regrouping of numbers from tens to ones. Now see this example. 1 tens and 5 ones. Okay. 1 tens and 5 ones. So 1 tens and 5 ones. 1 10 means 10 ones. Whether you write 110 or you write 10 ones, it is same. So 110 can be written as 10 ones and 5 ones remains the same. So 110 plus 5 ones is equal to 10 ones plus 5 ones is equal to 15 ones. Okay. Now see the next example. It is 2 tens plus 3 ones. So 2 tens plus 3 ones, 2 tens can be regrouped as 110 plus 110 plus 3 1. We can regroup 2 tens into 110 and 110 also. And why 110 and 110? Because when we borrow from tens, we are borrowing 110. Like in addition, when we carry forward like ones to tens, we carry forward 1 to tens place. Or when we carry forward tens to 100, we carry forward 110 to 100. In subtraction, when we borrow from tens, we are borrowing 110. Okay. When we are borrowing from tens, we are borrowing 110. So here we can regroup 2 tens as 110 plus 110. So 110 plus 110 plus 3 ones. So 110 remains the same and 3 in play, and 110 and 3 ones. We regroup 110 and 3 ones. So it becomes 13 ones. So 2 tens plus 3 ones can be written as, see, I'll just show it. 2 tens plus 3 ones can be written as 2 tens, sorry. This can be written as 110 plus 110 plus 3 ones. So 110 remains the same and this 110 remains the same and we regroup 110 and 3 ones. So this becomes 110 plus 13 ones. Okay. So this becomes 110 plus 13 ones. Now you have to do this one. Regroup 3 tens plus 4 ones. Now here it is a group of 3 tens, that is 3 tens plus 4 ones. So what we have done here, we can write 3 tens as 110 plus 110 plus 110. So it becomes 2 tens and we are borrowing 110 from here. When we borrow, we always borrow 110. Okay, that is why we regroup 110 with ones. We do not regroup more than 110. You may also ask, ma'am, out of 3 tens, we can regroup 2 tens also. No, when we borrow from tens, we borrow 110. Okay, we do not borrow 2 tens, we borrow 110. So that is why we regroup 110 with ones. So when we borrow 110 from 3 tens, we are left with 2 tens and this 110 is regrouped with 4 ones. So this 110, or you can say 10 ones. So 10 plus 4 is equal to 40 ones. You can see the counting also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 3 tens plus 4 ones is equal to 2 tens plus 40 ones. Now next is Again, we have to regroup. 2 tens plus dash ones is equal to, we have to regroup this. Here you can see it is 2 tens plus, how many ones are there? Group of 2 tens plus 1, 2, 3 ones. Okay. And when we take out 1 10, when we borrow 1 10 from 2 tens, we are left with 1 10 plus the 1 10 which we borrowed from here is regrouped with 3 ones. So it becomes 1 tens plus 13 ones. You can see here 110 remains the same and this 110 is regrouped with 3 ones. So it becomes 1 tens and 13 ones. Now next is 1, 2, 3, 4. How many tens are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tens. And how many ones are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ones. Okay. After regrouping, that is when we take out 110 from 4, we are left with 1, 2, 3. 3 tens plus we regroup this 110 with 5 ones. So this becomes 15 ones. You can see the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So when we borrow 110 from here, this 110 is regrouped with 5 ones. So this becomes 3 tens plus 15 ones. Now next is fill in the place holders. Fill in the placeholder. 110 plus 17 ones is equal to how many ones? 110. 110 you can write 110 as 10 ones also. Okay. So 110 plus 7 ones is equal to 17 ones. 3 tens plus 5 ones. Now here we are regrouping. We are taking 110 from 3. So we are left with 2 tens plus, and we regroup this 110 with 5 ones. So this becomes 2 tens plus 50 ones. Now here it is 2 tens plus 6 ones. When we take out 110 from here, we are left with 110 plus 6 ones. We regroup 110 with 6 ones. So this becomes 16 ones. Now next is 7 tens plus 9 ones. So when we take out 110 from 7 tens, it becomes 6 tens and we regroup 110 with 9 ones. So this becomes 19 ones. 110 is 10 ones only. So 10 ones plus 9 ones is equal to 19 ones. Now 6 tens plus 3 ones is equal to 5 tens. We have taken out 110 from here. So after taking out 110, we are left with 5 tens. And when we regroup this 110 with 3 ones, we get 13 ones. 13 ones. Okay. Now 9 tens. 9 tens, when we take out 110 from 9 tens, we are left with 8 tens. And how many ones? We take out 110. 110 is same as 10 ones. Whether you write 110 or you write 10 ones, it is same. So this is 10 ones. Now last one is 7 tens plus 5 ones is equal to, we are taking, we have to regroup. So we take out 110. So when we take out 110, we are left with 6 tens plus 5 ones. And we add this 5 ones with this, we add this 110 with 5 ones. So 110 plus 5 1, 110 is same as 10 ones. So 10 ones plus 5 ones is equal to 15 ones. So this is how we regroup numbers. Okay. So this is regrouping of numbers from ones to tens. Sorry, tens to ones. Remember, in addition, we regroup the smaller place into greater place. The place which comes next to it, that is, we regroup ones to tens and tens to 100. But in subtraction, it is exactly opposite. We regroup bigger place into smaller place. That is, we regroup tens to ones or hundreds to tens, because in subtraction we borrow from the greater number. If the digit at ones place is smaller, from which we have to subtract, so we borrow from the tens place. So when we borrow from the tens place, that means we are borrowing 110 from there. We are borrowing 110. So we regroup 110 with ones. Okay. So when we borrow 110 from there, we regroup it with ones. So today we have done tens to ones. Next video I'll tell you how do we regroup hundreds into tens. Thank you, children. Today I'll stop here only. Thank you, children.